greatest gladiator match of all time. Gary, the ape from Sith Lord Nation versus Baymax, fluffy hero.
Hey, Brad, will you shut up a minute? I'm trying to see if this so-called superpowered being is gonna speak up for himself.
No, Gary, you can't hear what he's saying.
Hey, wait a minute. But you got the glasses on.
The glasses only work for you, Gary. I can only hear your thoughts, okay? I can't hear anything else's but yours.
Oh, bullshit. He's probably saying something to you right now. You just don't want to tell me.
Anyway, this is Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice movie review. What's up, Padawans? It is finally here. Sith Lord Nation coming back at you with another video, and I've seen it. Finally seen Batman v Superman, and I loved it. I absolutely loved this movie. It was awesome. There's not a thing about this movie that I did not like. Some things I did like more than others, but there was nothing I disliked about this movie at all. So I'm going to get into what I liked about it the most and what I liked about it the least. But first of all, before I talk about that, I want to show you guys a couple of things here. First of all, this here. This is called Enemies and Allies, and this book has been out for a while. My daughter got this for me in 2009 as a Father's Day gift, and this is a pretty good book. I'm not gonna read the back of it or anything like that because this is about the movie review. I just thought I'd share this with you as, you know, a Batman v Superman type thing. Enemies and Allies is a very good book. Secondly, Final Crisis, and here the cover art's done by G.J. Jones, and this is a very good book too. Like I said, I love the cover art in it, but it's not a comic book. It's just a regular book, and as you can see, my boy Superman there is holding Batman. He's all beat up and everything, and it's got the Justice League on there. As you can see, it does not have Cyborg on there because why? Don't need Cyborg. Anyway, this is a good book too, and I love the cover art. And as you can see in the background, you got Darkseid back there, looking devilish as hell. So, another good book here. If you happen to pick it up, check it out. And the final book I wanted to show you all, I'm sure you've seen a million times before, Death of Superman. As you can see on the cover here, we got Lois holding Superman. So back, you have all the issues of Superman leading up to the death of. So, don't need to explain that. Now, let's get into it. Now that that's out of the way. Alright, what I liked about the movie. First of all, Ben Affleck. Holy shit. This is the best Batman that I've seen, you know, this far. Damn that, you know, all that stuff where, you know, no guns, no killing. Fuck that. I'm breaking motherfuckers' necks and shooting and everything. I'm taking the moral code out of this shit. This is the new Batman, and I loved it. He is brutal as hell, too. Damn, when I say brutal, I mean brutal. Just like that little clip you guys seen in the trailer with him fighting the dudes in the warehouse and everything. That won't shit. He gets down in this. So, thumbs up to you, Ben Affleck. Second thing, Lex Luthor. A lot of people didn't like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. I didn't mind him. I didn't mind Jesse Eisenberg at all. I liked the fact that he was a little crazy. He was a little, you know, sinister and, you know, whatever. But he was also smart, and you know he knew what he was doing. Yeah, he knew what he was going after, and he had a plan basically. So I didn't mind that at all. I didn't mind Jesse Eisenberg playing him. I've liked his movies in the past, and I like the way he portrayed this. I would get into who Jesse Eisenberg is, the reason why he's different than the Lex Luthor than we know. But, like I said, no spoilers. I want you guys to go into this movie, if you haven't seen it yet, to have the same experience I did. So, next thing I liked was the Doomsday fight. I mean, I do think they could have did without Doomsday in this movie, but the fact that they put him in because, you know, it's Batman v Superman, but, you know, the Doomsday fight at the end was, that just capped it off. That was amazing. Visually beautiful, and Doomsday was just tearing shit up. He was whooping everybody's ass. You know, just, like I said, I don't want to get into any spoilers, but it's so hard not to because you want to talk about the movie and you want to get into what happened, but you don't want to ruin it for the people who haven't seen it. So I'm just going to say the Doomsday fight was fucking awesome. Next thing I liked about the movie was the conflict between Batman and Superman. I really, really liked the build-up. I like the build up towards the end fight, and you know even the introduction from when it's coming on, you know, you see, as you've seen in the trailers, you see Ben Affleck running through the city and all that, and he was in the city the entire time that shit was going on, the entire time the Zod ship and all that. Ben Affleck, Batman, Bruce Wayne was in the city through that whole ordeal. And so that, you know, we can suspect he's our enemy. We have to take it as an absolute. Yeah, you damn right he took it as an absolute. He was ready to kill this man. Wonder Woman was awesome. I really liked her. A lot of people said she stole the show and everything, but I don't think so. I think, you know, they put her right where she needed to be. You know, she was kind of sprinkled throughout in the movie, and at the end she made her big appearance and to fight Doomsday, and it was awesome. She brought it. She brought it as Wonder Woman. So, another thing I liked was Wonder Woman. And, next thing, cameos, small, brief, you know, clips or whatever. Just small, brief things. All you need to be in that movie to set up for the next movie. You don't need a whole section of the movie to set up for the next movie. Take notes. Other movies need to take notes on this. I'm not going to mention any names, though. Take notes. Next thing I liked about it, the Batmobile. Oh my gosh. The Batmobile was awesome. This thing was almost like a freaking Doom buggy, an indestructible Doom buggy, because it was like just bouncing off shit, and that thing was durable as shit too, man. It was crazy. That thing was durable as hell. I loved it. Now we're gonna get into what I didn't like about the movie, or excuse me, what I liked less about the movie. Because like I said, there was not a damn thing I didn't like about this movie. I loved every single bit of it. All right, what I like less about it. I still feel the same way I did in the Man of Steel movie about Amy Adams. I don't really feel like she's a Lois Lane. I mean, I could, you know, some people could see that she's Lois Lane or whatnot, but to me, I don't see that she's Lois Lane. To me, Margot Kidder was Lois Lane. I loved her. The dark hair, you know, kind of feisty and really, you know, one shit taking her away from her story. I love that. I loved Margot Kidder as Lois Lane, and she's the only one I can see playing Lois Lane because she's who I grew up with, you know. But call me a little nostalgic. That's just how I feel. Just opinions. That's all. Cannot really see Amy Adams as Lois Lane. And that's, like I said, just my opinion. Anyway, the Batman and Superman fight. I liked it when it was going down. I loved it when the whole shit was going down with the fight, and you know, it was intense. It was, you know, breathtaking, and you were excited. You were pumped up when they first stood in front of each other, and they, you know, as you've seen in the trailers, they walked in front of each other in the rain, and they stood face to face and everything. I was like, ooh, oh, love that. It was just too fucking short. Too short. I swear, that was just like a 5-minute fight. That's it. Too damn short. That's the only thing I didn't like about that fight. It was too short. The movie's called Batman v Superman. Batman versus Superman. And the fight was 5 minutes long. The anticipation is built up for a 5-minute fight. No. Anyway, like I said, I did like it, but I liked it a little bit less than I liked other parts. So luckily they had that Doomsday fight in there, because that fight was anticipation, and then when it finally happened, it was just like, what I would have done differently is just what I would have done differently, and just my opinion. What I would have done differently is, I liked the Doomsday fight, I loved it, but I would have taken that part out completely. Of it to where the focus is on Batman and Superman, Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent. That's where my focus would be. And you know, the conflict, I like the conflict in the movie. That's where I would have kept it, and I would have kept building it until, you know, you get to the climax at the end, and when they finally fight. And you know, like I said, I would have had Wonder Woman sprinkled in there too, so you know, somewhat, and have it to where she feels the same way about Superman. You know, she doesn't know who he is. She, you know, thinks he's an alien meant to destroy the planet, and she's here to, you know, been looking for him the same as Bruce Wayne's been looking for him, to destroy him. Because like I said, this is dawn of justice. They don't know who Superman is yet, so they just think he's a threat. In which cases he is. Some cases he is a threat. So I would have had to, you know, my conflict at the beginning, and then the build up, you know, have my Wonder Woman sprinkled in there somewhere, and then I would have it to where Wonder Woman and Superman had their little disagreement, and then had a little tussle or whatnot towards the end. And you know, that can be your superpower fight right there, and that doesn't have to be a short fight. You know, that can be as long as a General Zod fight. You know, which people will say, oh, too long, but that can be a pretty decent fight right there. And then, you know, after that, you can have Superman kind of weary and kind of wounded and whatever from that fight. Then you have your main fight. You have your grand finale. You have your show. The fight that the movie is named after. The main event right here. Batman facing off against Superman. That's how I would have had that go down. You know, your main fight is at the end of the movie, Batman and Superman. Hint to Doomsday coming into the next movie. That way your Justice League can be coming together, and it can be, you know, an all-out war against Doomsday. That's how I would have had that. So, this is Sith Lord Nation saying we're going to see you next time. Out.
Will you talk, damn it? You call yourself a damn superhero. You're fucking Iron Man ripoff. I will blow a hole in his fucking stomach, Brad. Oh shit. I apologize for any harmful things I might have said to you, Baymax. Hey, we should team up.